So in today's video, I wanted to do a highly requested video. You guys are always asking me to do cleaning routine videos. Last week I did the husband and wife. Well, it was more like me doing most of the cleaning while Doug kind of helped with Annabelle. But I did a speed cleaning routine last week, and since then you guys have been asking for more kind of like deep cleaning routines, and I really wanted to do a kitchen one because we are getting a new fridge. I am so excited because, as you guys can tell, this one needs to go. I mean, you can't really tell, but the ice maker does not work, and the freezer is like half frozen, half not frozen. It's terrible. So that kind of got me inspired to do kind of just like a deep clean of our kitchen, and I also wanted to sell a few bulkier items around our apartment. So I'm actually partnering up with an app called 5 Miles to bring you guys this video, and they are sponsoring this video. If you guys have never heard of the app 5 Miles, it's basically where you can sell your stuff locally. It's super easy. All you do is just snap a few pictures on your phone, put it on the app, and then you just write your description, and anybody around your area can see like what you're selling. I also really like it because there's actually an in-app chat room where you can keep all of your information private, and it's much easier to coordinate with people, you know, when to pick things up and what your listing price is, and if you want to negotiate with them. And I think one of the best parts about the app is that there's this thing called a safe exchange area locator, and it helps you find a place to make really safe exchanges, which I think is nice because you don't have to coordinate with someone using your cell phone or like your personal email or anything like that. I think something that is also nice about the app is that you get free boosts, so your items kind of like don't get lost with all the other stuff on the app. For instance, like my fridge, it can be boosted to the top so more people can see it. So yeah, I'm planning on selling my fridge through the app. I've actually already listed it, and I've gotten a few interested buyers. And I'm also going to sell some more baby related products. So the one thing that I'm definitely going to sell is this Fisher-Price Rock and Play, and I really do like it. I would recommend it, but it's a manual one, and next time I think I want a swing or an automatic one because you have to basically like do this with your hand. It's so annoying. And I would sell things like this. Not that I'm going to sell this anytime soon because I'll probably keep it for my next baby, but when I do want to sell it, I'll use the app to sell more bulkier items. We can also sell other things besides baby related items like furniture, clothing, basically anything you really want you can sell in the app. So I will go ahead and leave the link below to where you guys can download the 5 Miles app for free, and you'll also get a free credit to boost your first post when you list it on the app. So yeah, let's go ahead and get on with the video. So the first thing I like to do before I start my cleaning routine is obviously make sure Annabelle is nice and occupied. So I'm putting her in her little rainforest jumperoo. I usually, if I'm doing some kind of deep cleaning routine that takes like a few hours, I will go in between putting her in my baby carrier, which is strapped to my chest, or I will put her in this little jumperoo. And she seems to really like it in there. It occupies her for at least a little while, but I'll usually switch in between her jumperoo and the baby carrier just so she can see what I'm doing and so she doesn't get bored. But I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. This video definitely took me all day because a 6-month-old requires a ton of attention, at least this little baby does. So this video was filmed throughout a few hours. But anyways, the first thing I like to do is go through my spice cabinet, and I like to do this every other month-ish if I have time. As you can tell, I haven't done this in a while, so it's definitely due for some extra cleaning. So I will just wipe everything down with a Method all natural cleaner, and I love them because they smell so good. And then the next thing I do is go through all my spices one by one, and I make sure that they aren't expired because that can be something that you do not want to have in your food, is expired spices, which I've accidentally done before, and it is not good. So I will put everything back, and I will move all of the spices and everything that I use most often to the front and least often to the back, and then I will move on to my other cabinets. So as you can tell, this one is definitely more cluttered, and that's when I will go in and list everything that I don't use on my 5 Mile app. So we actually have a waffle maker. We have 2 of them, and I listed the other one on the app. And then I will go through all my other cabinets and put anything aside that I want to sell. And I just realized that I have one giant cabinet dedicated to mugs, which is ridiculous. So I went through my mug collection, or my mug stash, and I tried to put everything that I like to use towards the front and bottom, since I am kind of short, and everything that I don't use at the top, and anything that I want to sell. And then I will move on to organizing my Tupperware, which I know I'm not the only one that seriously loses all her lids to her Tupperware. It's so bad. But after that, I will go in and make sure everything is up to date as far as my pantry goes. As you guys can tell, we have a tiny little pantry because we live in a small apartment. So I have to make sure this is pretty clean on an everyday basis, or else it will get super cluttered. So once that is done, I will hang up my aprons, and I actually hang them on the back of the pantry cabinet, and it's the best place for them in my opinion. And then after that, I will go through and clean my very dirty silverware drawer. This drawer is completely overdue for a clean, so I will clean it and then put everything back in, and I just used hot soapy water. I always get comments from you guys telling me that I should be wearing gloves when I'm cleaning, and I think it's just honestly personal preference because I'm not working with any harsh chemicals or anything like that. Everything is pretty much all natural. It is nice working with gloves because I feel like I don't have like pruny hands and I don't know, mess up my nails or anything like that. So I'm actually cleaning my microwave, and I'm mixing half parts vinegar with half part hot water, and I put it in the microwave for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. And once that's in the microwave, it basically just melts all of the food that is stuck onto the walls of the microwave, and it helps it come off really easily. So I will just dip my sponge in that same vinegar solution and clean off my microwave. And this is just a really nice all natural way to get all the gunk off your microwave super easily. The next part to deep cleaning my kitchen is definitely my least favorite part because, as you guys can tell, we live in an apartment, and most of the apartments, at least the ones in LA that are older, they come with these super old stoves. I swear this stove is from like the 1950s, but that means that if you accidentally burn your pan on the stove, it will get on the white part, and the only thing that I found that gets off all of the burn marks on the stove is this Bone and Me cleanser. It's so amazing. The other thing that works that I found is baking soda and water. So yeah, as you can tell, the baby has dropped to my chest because she was getting bored, but I'm basically scrubbing the stove to get all the burn marks off to make it white again, and then I will use this 7th generation 0% bleach cleaner to clean all of the cracks in my subway tile. I think this is subway tile. Actually, I'm not sure. But my tile kitchen countertops, which again are very annoying because they can get super grimy if you don't stay on top of them. So I'm basically going in between all of the cracks like a crazy person because this is a deep cleaning routine, and getting them all nice and white. And then I'm cleaning my knife block and my toaster, and I'm just using an all-natural method cleaner to do that. And then I will move on to my Keurig, and my Keurig is something that I feel like I have to keep clean pretty much every week because I do have a white Keurig, and you can see any coffee splatters or stains right away. So I pretty much keep this clean all the time, but I'm just washing everything down with hot soapy water. So normally during a deep cleaning routine, I will clean out my refrigerator completely, but since we are getting a new refrigerator, I thought I would do a separate video on the new fridge instead of showing you guys how I'm going to clean the old one. So yeah, basically I'm just moving on to the kitchen cabinets, and since they are white, you can definitely see like spaghetti splatters or any kind of stains on them. So I like to do this every month just about. So I'm just taking again another all natural cleaner and wiping down all of the cabinets and making sure any of the gunk and grime gets off really easily. The last thing I like to do is clean the hood that goes on top of our stove because that can be super dusty along with our stove, and I hate doing this as well, but it's something that needs to be done, and honestly I forgot to do it in my last deep cleaning routine, and a lot of you guys thought I never did it. But yeah, basically I'm just taking an all natural cleaner and removing the parts, or I guess like the bottom of the stove, and cleaning that, and that is basically it for my routine. So that's about it for this video. If you guys liked it, then give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.